because money is power. We have a problem. Like we pretty much celebrate when somebody is struggling. When you start a business, you are subscribing for psychological turmoil, for trauma, and a large amount of divorces in couples where one of the partners or both are entrepreneurs. And sugar daddy relationship, it is not what you think. Like, do you want more? I had a partner that we could not align financially. And today we're going to talk about how career in money psychology and money and relationship with money affect gay relations. And this one is going to be really honest episode because I see a lot of patterns in the queer and gay community that don't serve as well when it comes to building our lives, building our business. And also, like, I have to call out certain patterns that you might be noticing too. Because before we start talking about dating, open relationship, not open relationship, monogamous, not monogamous, like we gotta address this because when somebody is in more position of power because simply they have more money and another person depends on them, we have a problem. And quite honestly, in queer community, we also have a money problem. We also have a money attitude and money, like the abundance mindset, and money psychology problems. So we're going to talk about all of this in this episode. If you're new to me, my name is Eugene Berezin. I'm a registered hypnotherapist in the state of Washington. I work with gay men all over the world. I work through telehealth. And in the past, I worked as a psychotherapist. I have master's degree in psychology, and money is something that I'm very passionate about. The topic of money and abundance and this power dynamic relationship is something that I'm deeply passionate about. Something that I see quite a bit, and something that I also went through. Let's break it down. So when it comes to money, let's break down few scenarios. So there's one scenario when one person grows and the other person doesn't grow. Fine, maybe they grow, maybe they take care of the household. Maybe it's like they're a stay-at-home part. Maybe they just not there yet, or maybe they're psychologically going through a lot of shit and they did not have time to do growing and developing and finding career that excites them or career that simply pays money and pays it well. And that creates power despair. So how does it look like? Sometimes it feels like you, let's say you are a man in the position of power because money is power. And if we live in a society where that society values money, that we use money to buy things, money is power, money is tool to operate in a society. So you have the power, your partner doesn't have enough power as you do. So meaning that your partner depends on you financially. And in the relationship, it might look different in a lot of different ways. If it's not articulated well, then another partner might have really hard time communicating their desires, what they want. They will settle with what you want. You want to move there? Like, yes, baby, let's just move there. Or you want to do this? Let's just do this. Because also, like, they might be a fear, especially when we are going through tough economic circumstances. And that can be a fear. Like, you know what? I have a good, like, why would I express something that dissatisfies me, especially when it comes to big things, something that you don't like or your partner doesn't like, and they keep it to themselves. And you are the driving force. You are carrying everything. You are carrying the weight of your family, your finances, your partner. You're carrying everything. And everything works really well until your family system, whether you are married or dating, it doesn't matter, until your system breaks. And it might break in a way that either you are going through financial hardships or you are going through identity shifts. Maybe you are realizing, this doesn't serve me in. And when you're going through big changes, you need somebody to lean on, find support in. Your partner doesn't have enough power, doesn't have enough resources. Your partner cannot support you. This is a real problem. Then couples might break up because of money. Or another person just simply realizes, you know what, like I don't have the equal support that I provide. And let's just also address big kind of toxic belief about money and abundance in queer and gay community, that like money is the source of all evil. And in the queer and gay community, we pretty much celebrate when somebody is struggling, or when organization or a business says, you know what, I don't see any profit from my business because I just serve everybody else. Like, I don't see any money. I don't make any money from my business. I just put it back, put it back, put it back. Like, I'm not profitable. I'm not wealthy. Wealthy people are we don't have enough because wealthy people have more. And listen, it's a big discussion. It's a big discussion. I don't believe that. There are certainly wealthy people who are doing really unethical things. And there are certainly people in power who are doing very unethical things, and who are and by the way, those wealthy people who are doing really unethical things to get more and more and more and more, they're operating in a in a paradigm of, they don't think that they will have enough, so they need more. The psychology of abundance is, the more I have, the more other people have. So I can give to others, I can contribute, and I can invest in others. I can create jobs, I can create opportunities, I can give to my community because I can, because I want, because I am abundant. This is different, this is different mentality than like, I need to figure out how to do just more. Like, do you want more, or do you want all what is meant for you? That's the better question, because as long as we want more, we will never be satisfied. As long as we want all that is meant for us to create value, to share this light and blessing in the world, then we have perfect equilibrium to be in abundance. And this is something that I strongly believe. And I really don't believe that wealthy people should not exist, or wealth is the source of evil. Like this, I'm sorry, like I don't subscribe to that belief at all. And this is someone who did not come from money. I did not come from money. My family was pretty much lower middle class family. My mom was a military officer. We struggled with money. We struggled with resources. We went through a lot of harsh economic times. When I moved to the United States, I did not move with thousands of millions of dollars. I have to rebuild my life from zero in a new country. And I've seen that, like, the class difference too. And I've been in different classes pretty much myself too. And I still believe that this attitude, this my scarcity mindset, that because somebody has more, this is because I go without, this is toxic mindset. Now, next, Let's talk about sugar daddy relationship. And sugar daddy relationship, it is not what you think. Sometimes it is direct sugar daddy relationship. Is when you, one guy with power is attracted to other guys without power, and power is the money, either because of their look or like maybe because sex is good, maybe because other things, maybe because of personal insecurities. Who? But one person is a sugar daddy is, and by the way, sugar daddy doesn't mean that they buy everything. Sugar daddy means that they just provide everything for the person, and another person just like being taken care of. So that also creates a disbalance in the union, and it's not whether or not it is good, and it's not about like, oh, sugar daddy relationship won't work when we don't have clear communication about roles and how play roles in a system. In fact, then it breaks. And also how you can change roles and how you can be adaptive to roles, because also what we are seeing in 2026 and here recently, we see a lot of shifts, economic shifts, see a lot of personal shifts. People change. Like again, I already said that sometimes it is identity shift. Sometimes people going through an identity crisis in a way. They realize that what they built or what they were building is not sustainable. And they need another person to support them. But if they only operating in sugar daddy relationship, then they're pretty much on their own. They pretty much have to go in solitude or find support in different ways until they're like back in more operational capacity and decide if they want to continue or if they want to find another sugar daddy relationship. But sugar daddy relationship can work when it's welcoming, when another person understands that or understands their capability and potential. And it's so beautiful when the couple can actually switch and support each other in a very meaningful financial, even if it is not the same financial support, but sometimes the other person just needs a little bit of support. Another relationship when it comes to money and profession, as somebody started a business, and oh boy, I can guarantee you, when you start a business, you are subscribing for psychological turmoil, for trauma, for rejection, and for mental health struggles. Because a lot of time when you build your own business, you assign your identity and your self-worth to that. And what businesses do, they fail. And when your business fails, you attach your self-worth to that business and you think that you fail. And then it really resonates through your entire family, your partner, your loved ones. And by the way, we see a large amount of breakups and a large amount of divorces in couples where one of the partners or both are entrepreneurs, because psychological dysregulation, nervous system dysregulation, when people are not able to regulate themselves. And let me tell you what it means. Nervous system regulation, it's not that you calm and collected. Nervous system regulation is when you know what's going on with you, when you're emotionally aware, when you know why you experience this emotion, and when you have control to act after feeling that emotion, and also understand how much of support, what support you can get from where, and how much support another person and who can give you support that you need. Maybe your partner is not ready for your, like, I don't know, emotional breakdown right now. Maybe you need to go and meditate. Maybe you need to go and like I don't know, walk around, touch grass, go outside. Maybe you need to call your therapist. Maybe you need to call your coach. Maybe you need to find like resources and community that can support you. And this is really essential. And a lot of entrepreneurs, like they so focus on the money, they so focus on the profit. And when the profit is not profiting, there's a big psychological and identity collapse going on. And then it spills over on on another person, spills over on the, and then people go through tremendous struggles emotionally. I know it personally because as a business owner, I know when business is not going well, I feel it very intimately and very personally. When I feel it very intimately and very personally, my partner feels it too. And we have to communicate when it's okay for me to share. And I go to therapy because I know what I'm going through is way too much for my partner to handle. He is not a therapist. Even if he was a therapist, this is not his job. He is not my therapist. And when people, when entrepreneurship is on the table, whatever it is, and when there are financial struggles in the business, and there will be financial struggle in a business, normal stuff, nothing out of norm, then the whole system will suffer. And this is why it is essential to have your therapist or hypnotherapist or coach. It's important to have support. And for me, I often have my business coach. I often have my therapist. And if my therapist doesn't do hypnotherapy, I do work with hypnotherapists, or I alternate. So because I just like that modality. Now another example of imbalance and how career affects relation. One person with a higher education, another person without higher education, and it's not about it's that the other person without higher education doesn't develop, doesn't grow. That like one person grows, right? Whatever it is, right? And they continue to invest in themselves, or maybe they're in a career when they grow and invest in themselves. Another person doesn't, and there's unequal growth. And then a person who grows loses interest in a partner who doesn't. And with that, money can be money can be involved. Like person can make more money, or simply another person can realize that another person doesn't contribute anything. They have nothing. They have nothing in common. So let me know in the comments what financial dynamic that you are seeing in a relationship. And then because until we are on board with how we relate to money, how we relate to resources, how we create equilibrium, even if one person is a stay-at-home partner, and another person is a provider, how you can maintain that relationship with clear communication. And also, it's really, really important to, in my opinion, to be aware of your processes, of your inherited, learned, unconscious money story. What do I mean by that? You grew up in a family with a certain money story in mind. My money story was you gotta figure out, but we are also not rich. That was my money story. We are not rich. You gotta figure out. And another money story that I told myself that by helping other people, I can make money because ain't nobody is interested in my help. That's another money story that until this day, I'm unlearning. And because of that money story, I went to tech because why would I help people if I can't make money by helping people? Money story, not the facts. Money story you're telling yourself. What money story that you're telling your partner. And by the way, like fights over money, they're so ugly. Not because people are insulting each other, or people get really nasty, because like it really make or break relationship. I had a partner that we could not align financially. We literally would have a large conflicts, big fights over simple things like moving to another city, moving to another apartment, choosing recreational activities. When I say recreational activities, going out to a restaurant, going out on vacation. And I was primarily a person who would pay because my ex-partner would had more scarcity mindset. Not because he wanted me to pay. It was more so like, oh, you got it like that. You want to do it like that. I want to save money. You want to spend money. If you want to spend money, you spend money. But it was never communicated clearly. Hey, you know what? Let's change the habit. Let's change the dynamic. Let's change the schedule how we go out. It was more so like, oh, whatever. Like, you want to go, you go. I will go with you. And over time, it grows and distrust grows and it breaks. All right. Leave me your comments and leave me your questions in the comments. And if you're looking for personalized support, I provide personalized guidance, mentorship, and hypnotherapy. I'm registered hypnotherapist with the state of Washington. In my practice, I always start with motivational interviewing. Motivational interviewing is a way to talk to people to like understand their readiness for change, bring clarity, bring guidance that comes from them. And hypnosis is really to dive in and rewrite the subconscious story, the subconscious beliefs, and also make your identity more stronger through evidence-based hypnotherapy. And also, for my entire process, for my entire practice, I embrace internal and family system because I do believe that we have multiple parts of ourselves. And with hypnosis, with motivational interviewing, you can bring integration together. And when you bring integration together, then you see growth. All right. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to know where are you at with your money story. And I will see you later.